that in open source, a lot of the data is, a lot of the bugs that we get are actually originating in some code that was not written by the people to whom the bug is initially reported. So Ubuntu Canonical has about 300 people. We have less than 100 developers working on the distribution itself. We ship every 6 months, and we ship billions and billions of lines of code. If they did nothing else, our developers could not even read all of the code that we ship, let alone have written that much themselves. We rely a lot on upstream. Unfortunately, different upstream projects use different bug trackers all over the place. I've got the Red Hat one here, the Twisted one, the Python one, the Debian one. It's entirely possible that any bug in Ubuntu might relate to or need to be investigated in any of these projects. So what we do with this is any one particular bug can be marked as affecting several different projects. You can do this if you're looking at a bug. So here is the bizarre bugs page. You can do this if you're looking at a bug by just saying this also, clicking the link that says this also affects another project down here. You can see that they have, you can see they have different states. You can track the fact that it needs to be fixed in different places. We can also use this to say, this bug is very serious, so we need to go back and make a fix in a previous release of the distribution to fix it in Jaunty or whatever. And this can be somewhat automated. If there's a project that has not decided to use Launchpad for its bug tracker, you can go to its project page, tell it, this project uses Bugzilla, and it's Bugzilla on this host, or whatever it is. And then Launchpad acts as a gateway for somebody who's having a problem with almost any open source project, by which they can file bugs or search for bugs through just one location, and it will fan them out to the correct place to file bugs for that. So that fixes another thing that has sometimes been a source of tension between upstream projects and distributions like Debian or Gentoo, but there would be bugs that the upstream developer really needed to know about, but they were kind of fragmented off into that distribution's bug tracker. So Launchpad is all open source, but we also have a few particular open interfaces here that are helping with this. There are plugins that you can install into Bugzilla or Track or other bug trackers that will help them sync more effectively with Launchpad. So if somebody changes the status of a bug in the upstream bug tracker, Launchpad will see that, or vice versa. If somebody comments on the Launchpad bug, it will be synced across. So prioritization of bugs. With all these bugs, what do you do next? I want to pass on some thoughts from the Ubuntu Developer Summit in Barcelona recently, where Martin Pitt, who is one of the leading developers there, essentially said you need to be realistic about the fact that not all of these bugs will be fixed. Many of them just won't be fixed at all. Many of them won't be fixed in the foreseeable future until somebody comes along who really cares about that one. And it follows from this that if you're going to do something, then do it properly, do it really hard, get it done, get it over with, and get it out to the users. And if you're not going to do it, don't waste time kind of half doing it. Just leave it alone as much as you can. But I might be wrong, or a bug might turn out to be different to what you think. So what do we do with this? We have one bug priority field. We don't have importance and priority or something like that. It's critical, or it's high, or it's low, or it's wish list, or whatever. We try to mostly get developers to focus on just going down through that. So then Martin gets through a lot of bugs. He says he's a work order, so he does the critical ones first. Then he tries to finish off bugs that have already been started, then he looks at this. And this is a guideline. It's not handcuffs. You can have obviously the obvious can say, this bug isn't really important, but it really bothers me, it's going to do it. It's important to deal with unimportant bugs quickly to get them out of the way so that you're not always looking at them. So triage them, get them down to wish list or whatever it is. But to avoid them getting away by finding duplicates, so we have if I go to file and new code, we have some features in here whereby you can see the most commonly reported bugs. So if there's something that's very hot or very broken in the newest release, it tends to come up here so that you don't get so many duplicates in the first place. We also do some fuzzy text matching by which we try to work out whether the thing that the person's trying to report now is in fact already an issue. And that, if it turns out that lots of people say this bug affects me, or lots of people hit and report the same bug, then that's an instance of a thing that may cause us to push a bug up from being low to being medium or high. 5 minutes, sorry. And then after I think it's very essential to dealing with a large flow of bugs effectively, which is that work that's not got capital user is waste. It's you've paid for it, you're doing the work for it, but you haven't got the benefit of people knowing that it's done. So you need to get it out. If it's in Ubuntu, it needs to get to Debian or upstream, and it needs to get packaged and shipped out to users. One thing we do towards that is what's called Ubuntu Personal Package Archives. So rather than it not being visible to users until it gets into the main distribution, anyone can create an apt archive, which is very easy to install from, put it up on Launchpad. Users can test that. You'll commonly see on a bug that somebody says, hey, I think this is fixed in my PPA, why don't you check it out? Coming soon, they'll only need to commit a fix and a design branch, say it's linked to that bug, and then it will automatically flow out from there. We tend to see people using this for tapping the bug fixes, for backporting features to a new release, or for MIME builds. So if you're interested in Google's Chrome browser, there's a PPA which will automatically, very easily, if you're a booking machine, the current build of that every day. I'll skip over the details, but I will say that if you go to help.launchpad.net, you can find a good guide to how to use this or any of the other features. So going on to code. My key idea here is don't ask for help if you're not going to use the help that people try and give you.